hear shit. Nope. Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping $, usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20, with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $, usual 50/50. Tickets are on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshitting on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Flex, alive is more than the 6. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar.
Crawford don't want to fight us because he's up. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last.
Address the fact that this guy came to America to give me bananas and watermelon with a note on it. It's unprofessional, and I feel like it's racist. And you just made this fight a little more personal. Take it a step further, can you show?
Subriel Matias, no one knew about him until he started calling me out. He's the most softest fighter in the division. Why I say that? Because he's one-dimensional to the point where Puerto Ricans, man, I tear they butt up. Puerto Ricans are easy to beat, and I don't care if the Puerto Ricans feel some type.
Gordo, este está gordo. Yo la semana pasada. Se puede hacer, feo, se puede hacer, viejo.
When you gotta fight,
viejo.
cuando tú quieres fight. Tú no puedes hacer ese peso. Tú hables, tú solo hables. Yo no tengo que. Mira, pero ya tú sabes.
Viejo, lo podemos hacer nosotros. No podemos hacer esa pelea sin todo. Juan Orlando quiere hablar contigo. Se puede hablar contigo después. Yo le doy el teléfono nosotros somos fríos.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Come on in, smash the like button. Share the video. We are our own algorithm. We don't leave it up to Miguel to do anything for us. Miguel loving Obama right now, ain't he? Yeah. Got a few things I'm going to say about that on Pep Talk. But, yeah. Salute, y'all. Let's do this roll call. Walk Wonderlick in the building. Tay, good morning. Thank you for everything. Appreciate that. Macados Mac of the South in the building. Salute. Dion next up. Michael Bay. What's going on? Snoop. What up, Snoop? Shogun in the building. Hen Dog. Black Jericho. Todd Swindle. Jim Diamond. Oh, it jumped on me. Rick Blackwell. Main Biker in the building. Dill Spoolie. Red Fall. What up? Speed Demon. What up? Del Real. Felix Nunez in the building. Me neither, bro. Me neither. Even though, you know, Teofimo, we're going to talk about it. Know exactly what he was doing. When Taco Head said, he said liquor. Here's the point. What word was he playing with, bro? This is why we'll never move forward as a community. We got dudes like that with big platforms, you know, on some Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. Rather than to help the public, they choose to rob and steal and keep us in the dark because as long as he's increasing his bottom line, he doesn't care. That's why I'll never respect that bug-eyed fool. Press 1 if you're stolen. Knuckle dragger. Rod Neal in the building. Thomas, what up, brother? Mind of Mansa Musa. Salute. Eric Jordan in the building. All praises Godzilla. ES, salute. Seen and unseen boxing. Sheriff Deputy Mac. King Reek. Clarence McLean, Bronx on deck. The Labnificent Media Group. Salute, brother. HMC, what up? Jermaine Callahan. All right, let's get to it. I don't care if the slap missed. A lot of people saying that he hit his head. And look, I don't want to talk about whether the slap landed. I wasn't there. It was kind of blurry from whoever filmed it. There's probably another video that might surface. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, if you even swing on me, I don't care if you miss. You know, you can get punched in your face for staring at someone wrong. If you think someone's gonna do something to you, don't you stare at them like, yo, what are you looking at, bro? And it can escalate from there. But there's certain instances where someone's looking at you. You look away, you look away, then you look and be like, yo, hold on, is everything all right with you? What's up? What's going on? In this instance, King Vonnie, salute. In this instance, from what I seen, I saw Subriel He swiped at him. Now, whether it hit his hat, I thought he slapped his hat sideways. My thing is this. You did it, bro. So let's get it popping. All right, Tio ain't gonna fight no one in the street. He ain't built like that. So let's just get that out. All right. So once again, and there's a notable size difference, but it's boxing. If they can make the weight, it means nothing, right? All right, cool. So Teofimo can fight. All right, cool. Subriel is gonna come forward, and he's this killer, right? That's what y'all told me. Vince, what up? That's what y'all told me. That's what y'all told me. And Tio's a boxer with great feet, right? Hey, man. Boxer versus puncher. Who wins? I want to know. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I agree. I agree, Black Jericho. I've seen people walk up and get the first hit, forget a slap. I've seen them throw the first punch. And then when the fight's over, the person that hit him first got destroyed. I've seen that a dozen times. Seen it a dozen times. It's crazy, right? My thing is this. It happened. What you gonna do, Tio? You called him fat and all kinds of things. All right, cool. No problem. Now, this is the worst case scenario for Teofimo. You know why? He basically said he'll destroy Puerto Ricans and I'll destroy Puerto Rican fighters. And then he said what he said about black people. Look at Subriel. Snappy hair, ain't it? So he's like the worst of both worlds for Teofimo. He's a black Boricua. Uh-oh. What you gonna do, Tio? I mean, this is something you need to do right here. And Subriel, he ain't got like he's not a boxer like that. No lateral movement, nothing like that. It's balls to the wall though, right? So this is like the worst of both worlds. This is the worst case scenario for Teofimo Lopez. You disrespected Puerto Rican people and you disrespected black people. Here you go. Dude slapped you. Right now, I don't follow this dude on any social media. I don't even know if he has a YouTube channel. I don't follow him. I'm new on TikTok, y'all, by the way. You know, I'm just throwing boxing clips up there, bro. I'm not fighting with nobody on there. I might do a live just to goof around on that or whatever, but whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? But once, D, what up? Queen in the building. Salute, Queen. Yep, this is perfect. You violated Puerto Ricans and you violated black people. Look at Subriel. This is perfect, bro. Prove your point. You get a chance to prove your point. Where that nigger at, right? He's right there. How do you say where that nigger at in Spanish? In Espanol. Perfect Black, salute. How you say where that nigger at in Espanol? Come on, help me out here. Yeah, he's right here. He's right there. Now come on, Tio. You ain't fight Devin for 11 million. I don't know what you got going on next. It has to be this. It has to be this. I don't want to hear who's on this side of the street, who's promoting it. I don't care about none of that. Plus, isn't this a unification? Wouldn't this be a unification? Am I wrong on that? There we go. Let's highlight that. Thank you, Jose. ¿Dónde está el negro? There you go. Thomas, unification, right? Okay, here we go. So now the fight makes sense. He done swiped at you. I don't care if he slapped your glasses sideways or slapped your hat sideways. You went from wearing a Kango to a green beret because he slapped it sideways. You out there looking like Daffy Duck with his beak shot off. Remember when Elmer Fudd blew his face off and his beak spun around his head? That's what Subriel did to him. He punked you, bro. You gotta do something. That's the fight right there. Someone swipe at you, you be like, whoa, now you gotta swipe. You gotta hit him back. Let's go. Make the fight. Or, are you afraid? Are you afraid? Thank you, Queen. If anything, this is for you. This fight actually means something. Copper, my brother, salute. This fight actually means something. It makes sense. There's a rivalry. Teo has talked trash. Hey, listen. Let me say this. Yeah. I know about the colorism in the Latino community. I know about it. Trust me, I know. I live in New York. I know. I'm around a whole bunch of Latinos and they got a thing going on. MJ, what up? And look, it's not my argument, but I hear things and to me, it's all stupid. But listen, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I don't know if this is the case with Subriel. I don't know. All right, but listen. Even if he don't consider himself conventional black, all right? Even if you don't think that, there's still storyline in here. He still violated Puerto Ricans. I just played it for you. Teofimo still violated Puerto Ricans. All right, Subriel? Okay, even if you don't want to go the black route, because I'm looking at you and this little meme that I made. If you just stood there and didn't say a word and stood in the middle of, I don't know, well, I'm not going to say the Grand Concourse in the Bronx, because there's a lot of Subriels out there, if you get what I'm saying. You know, but I don't know, Harlem, 125th Street, you just went walking down the block. Somebody will ask you, hey man, yo, what time is it? And you don't, you know, I don't even know if you speak English like that. If I send you to West Virginia, the whitest white man will be like, man, what are you doing in this? What are you doing in these here parts? And you say, ¿Qué? ¿Cómo? I'm like, when these niggers start speaking Espanol, yeah. Stormy in the building, salute. Yeah. But I know a lot of our brothers walk around looking like Subriel and Felix Tito Trinidad and name them. Hell, David Morrell, he's black. Guillermo Rigondeaux, come on. Black people everywhere. Everywhere. But if you're the type that don't want to acknowledge your blackness, I'm not going to fuss with that anymore. I've been done doing, I stopped doing that shit in the 90s. I said, oh man, this is a uphill battle and I didn't even know it was a battle. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I'll leave it alone. I get it. I'm not black. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not black. I'm Dominican. I'm not black. I'm Cuban. I'm okay. All right. But Subriel, he violated Puerto Rican fighters. There's a bunch of legends that come from your land. I'm just saying. Wonder how Xander Zayas feels about that. Shout out to Xander Zayas. Yeah, man. Danny Medina says, Matias is easy work for Teo. Well, I don't know. Make the fight. It makes sense. There's a rivalry. It's a unification. It makes sense. And I'd say Teofimo's the A side in this situation. Plus, he got slapped. He should be talking to people behind the scenes. Make this fight. I need to bust his ass. I mean, calling him Gordo for the gram or whatever you're doing it for. I mean, that don't do anything. Okay, beat him. I don't care about nothing that happens. Realistically, I don't care about what any of these guys do outside the ring. As long as they don't do something crazy to get arrested. And make no mistake about it, you know, he could have got arrested. That's basically assault. Teo could have went to the police and said, yo, this dude slapped me. All right, so you didn't do that. Cool. You got a belt, he got a belt. Y'all in the same weight class, make the fight. Stop doing it for the vine. Remember that? Do it for the vine. Remember that? Remember that? Stop doing it for the gram or whatever it is, you know. I mean, come on. Make the fight. And Danny, yeah, you know, that's your opinion. That's cool. But I said before you pulled up, Matias doesn't have good feet. He's a brawler. He's there to get hit. Teo has great feet, better than Subriel. And Teo's a good boxer. He is. I don't like the motherfucker, but I ain't got to lie about it. Teo's a great boxer. Well, not great. He's good. He's a good boxer. And he has really good power. He does. Alexander says Teo will fold under Matias' pressure. This is why this fight actually makes sense. This is exactly why the fight makes sense. There's storyline. Now they had a confrontation outside the ring. Unification. But it's up to who? Is it up to Matias or is it up to Teo? Teo done made so many enemies. Now it's time to fight one, bruh. Are you going to do it? Lost from the Jungle, salute. Is that too much for us to ask at this point? Now, I don't like Teo. I ain't got to lie on him. This will actually be a fun fight to watch because we know what Matias is going to do. But will Teo fold under the pressure? I mean, what evidence do we have? Let's analyze it. Let's analyze the fight now. I mean, we could clown about what happened outside the ring, but let's analyze the fight. But you see, we'll analyze the fight. But if the fight don't happen, this is what makes me sick with boxing. Speed Demon in the building, salute. Would Subriel be made to order for a guy like Teofimo? Brother Lamar, salute. He did. I'll run the video again. I'll wait for more people to get in the building. I'll run it again. Is he made to order? Because I've seen Teo have problems with guys that have better feet than him. Sandro Martin was whooping his ass, bro. Sandro Martin had him second thinking his whole life choice. Do I still got it? That was at the Sandro Martin. Know what I mean? I mean, really think about it. Now, I'm going to play the video again. Matias is visibly bigger than him. But it don't matter. They both got to make weight, right? They both got to make weight. That's where I'm going, Danny. That's where I'm going. Brawlers seem to play into Teo's game because Teo got better feet than Matias. Matias is going to have to catch him. And he might, let's say Teo don't hurt Matias. He's going to be walking forward the whole night and getting picked apart. That's a possibility. We're talking boxing now, right? All right, let me just put this out as a disclaimer. I hate Teofimo Lopez because he hates me and he hates my people. And now you can throw Puerto Ricans in that too. He hates y'all. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. It's extreme with him. Don't try. Mo G, what up? Don't try and say, oh well, no, he just said he beats the boxer's ass. No. This kid was, look, I heard the kid on the come up when Miguel Cotto was retiring. He wanted to take over the weekend of the Puerto Rican Day Parade that Saturday. He wanted to run that slot. He wanted to fight on the eve of the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I have it on good authority that that's what he said. And as a matter of fact, that's when I found out. I said, oh, well, you know, that might be good. You know, the kid has talent. And then the person that told me that said, oh, nah, Drew, he's Honduran. He's not Puerto Rican. I said, oh. See, there's a difference. And see, he'd have pulled the wool over my eyes. I was just assuming he was Puerto Rican. I never got into where he's from. I knew he was like from Brooklyn. I just said, okay, for him to want that weekend once Miguel retired, I thought he was Puerto Rican. He's Honduran. I said, that's not going to ride well, is it? What do I know? What do I know? I don't know. Well, that ain't work out. That ain't work out. So he was trying to pull a fast one. Tried to pull a fast one, didn't he? Now, I didn't know any better. I just didn't question it. I'm like, okay, Puerto Rican Day Parade, that Saturday. Oh, okay, yeah, he's from Brooklyn. That kind of makes sense. They was like, yo, he's not Puerto Rican, though. I was like, huh? Where's his people from? Honduras. Big difference. And I said, oh, shit. What is he trying to do? I should have known then, but I ain't put no coats on him. I should have known then. This was way before the Lomachenko fight. I was just watching him. Like, yeah, man, this kid's pretty damn good. Yeah, yeah. Brother Mike says, Matthias is built different. Not only have he been shot, but did time in prison. Matthias is going to make a street fight in the ring and bring that pressure. I understand what you're saying, brother. But let me give you something to think about. Just something to think about. Something to think about. I feel you on that. But let me just, CT Fat Boy, salute. Just Spark in the building, salute on commentary. Let me give you some food for thought, brother. I don't like to put too much street into the boxing ring. I've seen people come off the street into a boxing gym and get obliterated. Now, the difference is Subriel Matias is a boxer by trade. Is he the best boxer skill-wise? No. We saw it last fight. Shower salute, Queen. So I don't put too much emphasis on what guys, you know, did in the street and getting shot. That don't do anything for me. He can bring the pressure, but Ron Lau was from the street and Ali stopped him. Foreman stopped him. Being mentally tough in the street is different from being mentally tough in that boxing ring. I've seen street dudes get in the boxing ring and get folded by kids that were like 15 years old. And this kid's like knocking on 30 and he overweight and over 200 pounds. And the kid is like barely 150, barely. And they get folded in the gym. True boxing night, salute. And I know that those are guys that don't have no boxing experience. They just think that they could do shit. Matthias is a pro fighter. You understand? Rain of Neon Petals. Yeah, I thought Puello won that. I'm not gonna scream robbery, but I thought Puello won that. You know what I mean? You understand, brother, brother Mike? I don't like putting like emphasis, especially if you're new here. I don't like to amplify the street thing. I understand when a fighter says I overcame, you know, a bad household or street stuff or a few bullets. And then that drove me into boxing and, you know, that kept me off the streets. And then you're moving forward. You know, I really don't like to celebrate the street thing. You understand what I'm saying, brother? I don't like, because in the gym, I mean, y'all don't know, it doesn't mean anything. There's guys that came from the street, turned to boxing, and they didn't make it. I've seen guys quit after one boxing training session. You're not even sparring. You're just working out. A few sit-ups, do some push-ups, run some drills, and then when they sit down, they're like, you know what? I'll see you tomorrow. No, you won't. That motherfucker leave, and he never come back because they never worked out a day in their life. You feel me? So, I mean, hey, Rodney, salute. So, you know, I mean, it's different with Subriel because he's an actual pro fighter. You know, he's a tough guy. You know, I know about his, you know, street stuff. I hope he's out of it. I'm glad he's out of it. I'm gonna hope he's out of it. You know, but skill-wise, listen to what I'm saying. Skill-wise, Teofimo's better than him. Would you disagree? Yeah, Queen Kimbo Slice. Beating everyone's ass in the street. He had a few clown boxing matches. And then when he got in the MMA ring with I forgot that white boy name. Motherfucker looked lost. I was like, damn, look at that. Danny Medina says, Matias has been at 140 longer than Teo and never unified the division. True. True. And I'll take it a step further. Let me read this super chat. The real OG, Mr. Martin, he says, never really seen a dude frustrated from being outboxed. He just keeps coming. Not sure if Teo has ever been pressured the way this guy pressures. True story. And that's the other side. Let me give you a Hollywood example. Y'all may have watched Rocky, but did you watch Rocky? Sylvester Stallone is genius. I know we get frustrated because we know what boxing is, and then you watch all of the fights, and it's Hollywood fights. But the message in those films was uncanny. Apollo beat Rocky in the first movie. Rocky 2, we all know what happened, right? But they were telling Apollo. Apollo says, nah, man, I want this rematch. And when everyone left the room, homie was like, I got a problem with this, champ. He was like, why? He said, listen, he kept coming. He would not stop. In other words, the character Apollo, he'd beat you enough to make people quit and be like, you know what, I ain't gonna win this. Rocky kept coming. He did not stop. Now, skill-wise, Teofimo is better than Subriel. But one thing I'll give him in that Puello fight, he kept coming, man. He kept coming. And sometimes you don't have to be the better boxer to win the fight. Skill-wise, who was better? Skill set-wise. Slipping punches, counter punching. Chris Bird or Ike Ibeabuchi? It was clearly Chris Bird. But what happened? He landed one. And Chris never recovered. Who was a better boxer skill-wise? Glenn Johnson or Roy Jones? It was clearly Roy. But what happened? He landed one. When that bell rang, go watch the fight. When that bell rang, Glenn already, you know he had it in mind, his mind made up. I cannot outbox this guy. Well, here we go. He got in Roy's chest, and eventually he landed one. And it was scary. So there's a lot of merit to what the OG Mr. Mont is saying. There's a lot of merit to that. Has Teofimo fought a guy that's going to fight him like Subriel, like how we know Subriel is going to fight him? That's why, putting aside my personal feelings with Subriel, personal feelings. Because with Subriel, with Teofimo, personal feelings with Teofimo. Because it's personal. Putting that aside, boxing, this is an intriguing matchup, and it makes sense because it's for unification. It's for unification. Thank you, Phenomenal Mexican. Mayorga Forrest. I'm still in shock. Shelter, what up? I'm still in shock. Like, what the hell? What did I just watch? How did that happen? And guess what? It happened twice. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. There was just something that Mayorga brought to the table that Vernon Forrest, I'm like, what the hell? Bro, hats off to Vernon, man. And hats off to Mayorga. He stopped the Vernon train before it got started. Just beat Mosey twice. And just when he was about to be like, oh, okay, it's the Vernon Forrest, it's the Vernon Forrest train now. All of a sudden, do y'all know that the Ricardo Mayorga fight was supposed to be a showcase? Pepper him with the jab, close the distance, hit him with an uppercut, and stop him in about 4 to 5 rounds. Nope. I watched that in complete. You know what? That may have been. That's right up there in my personal sports moments where you're just shocked. Like, oh man, I ain't see that coming. No. And it wasn't a fluke because he beat him twice. What can I tell you? Todd French in that super chat, he says, Teo is not the average flat-footed Latin fighter. His footwork, while may not be leaps above black boxers, he can outclass typical Latin fighters. Salute. Well, Acondo, my brother, salute. Black Boxer Kings, what's going on? If I missed you in the chat, know that I love you. We've seen Teo get outclassed by people with better feet than him. We've seen that. I firmly believe that's why he don't want to fight Devin Haney, because he'll get outclassed. And if anyone disagrees, my response to you is 11 milli. That's it. That's all I'm going to say to you. 11 milli. There's nothing but space and opportunity. If you're a Teofimo Lopez fan, that's fine. My response to you is 11 milli. The fight was there. He didn't do it. Don't know what he's going to do now until this happened. So I want to talk about this fight. Boxer fan times 4 in that super chat. Salute, brother. He says, Matias hit Teo with the raquete. Raquete. Yep. Slapped him. You know, what does Teo do next? Any Teofimo fans, y'all hiding? It's okay. I don't like him. He don't like me. We could talk boxing. I appreciate that, Danny. What does he do next? Look, so now that we know I don't like this dude, and justifiably so, now that we know that, let's talk some boxing. To me, this fight makes all the sense in the world. The dude done slapped you and punked you. You feel me? So now, what would prevent Stormy? He said, "Ay, Subriel." How does this fight not happen? Because I know Subriel wants to smoke. How does this fight not happen? Subriel just looked at Turkey. He says, "Yo, you want a high action fighter? I'm here. After the Puello fight the other week, he said, "I'm here. You want a high action fighter? I'm here. So now he done slapped Teo or whatever happened. So now what? What we got? How does this fight not happen? Right now, after that slap, first of all, man, listen. You slap me in public, I'ma lose it. Get out the way. Bodies is flying and everything. To get to the person that put hands on me. Now, Teo ain't do that. All right, so keep it calm. He ain't run to the police and say, "This dude hit me, arrest him," because he could have did that. All right, fine, keep it calm. But you know what? Get it back in blood.
Whoa! What the
What? You heard me. Get it back in blood. Big F says, how many black fighters has Temu fought? One that I can remember was African. And, you know, when we say black fighters, we have to be more specific nowadays. Derek Gaines, the legend, salute. We say black fighters. We went through the same thing with Fable Sanchez. He knows what we meant. Said black fighters. We meant black fighters with movement. In Teofimo's case, black fighters not from the continent of Africa. Because even they fight different. They don't fight like black American fighters. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Grandmaster Joshua Clottey. I told y'all the Joshua Clottey on the Joshua Clottey story. When I went to I forgot what gym I was in. Right here in the Bronx. On side. He's on the treadmill. I said, "Oh, look, there go Josh Clottey." Right? So I ain't really like go to work out. I started to, but you know, you see guys that you know, and you just, you know, we just start chopping it up for like hours. Seemed like hours, right? So when I got in there, Josh Clottey was watching something on the TV. And the goddamn treadmill was already on like 8. And I noticed that when I was leaving, I had to be there about maybe an hour, 2 hours. No, like over 2 hours. When I was leaving, this motherfucker was still on that treadmill. It was like on 8 or 9. And he's still running, smiling at the TV. He was watching something. I said, "God damn." That is world-class cardio right there. That dude will never run out of a gas, ever. I was like, damn, what the fuck? And he was like running. He was sweating, but he was watching something on TV. You hear him go, ha, 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 ha. I said, oh, Jesus. Nope. Listen, I put the treadmill on 7.5 or 8 when I'm feeling really good. And I will give you 1.5 miles or a mile. I'll give you an 8-minute mile or 1.5 miles in close to 10. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm almost 50, y'all. Give me a break. And when I get off that treadmill, I feel like I'm gonna die. Joshua was damn near sprinting for 2 hours. What the F is happening? Yes, sir. Shout out to the Grandmaster. Yeah, Danny, I was at the Comey fight. I was there. If I'm not mistaken, the Comey fight was on the undercard of the Bud and Amir Khan fight. I was there. Wherever it was, I was there. Because I think that same week, Jarrell Miller popped dirty. 1 second, y'all. Damn. Anyway, this fight makes sense. Yeah. I'm gonna do more swimming. Swimming is better. But I live in New York and I don't trust the water. I don't care if the pool is in LA Fitness. I don't care. Don't care. Smash my like button, y'all. Thank you, True Boxing Night. Smash my like button. All right. Y'all already know where y'all at. I could talk boxing. I ain't got to like a fighter at all. And I don't fuck with Teofimo Lopez at all. He's a racist. He's a coward. And he's pump faking. But I deal with situations accordingly. Right now, he has a problem with Subriel Matthias. Right now, I don't follow this guy on social media. Right now, he should be on his social media, wherever it is, and we're setting up this contract. We're about to set it up. I spoke to Turkey, and we're gonna make this fight. Look, this should be next right here. It doesn't make any sense to me. Nah, Danny. Nope. This dude is a racist, bro. This dude is an absolute racist. He's a bigot, and he's insecure. Just because he has a black nephew, that don't mean anything. That's his nephew. That's not his son. He had no control over that black baby. He had no control over that. He has no control over that. That's his nephew. No, not at all. Negative. Still sharp and still. Salute. Nope. I've been around the best of them. When I say the best of them, I'm talking about the people that are covert, what I call covert ops. I've worked with a bunch of them. Smiling in your face. Backstabbers. I've been around white people, and then it accidentally comes out, and then you have to have a conversation with them. They can work with you. They'll smile in your face. Y'all can support the same sports team, but they just have a core belief that says, hey, man, I just think white people should be over here, and black people should be over there, and Asians should be over there, and the Jews should be over there. Everybody should be segregated. That's just their belief. Why are you working here? Because I need to make money like how you make money. Hell, I know black people like that. They're just done. But I don't want to take that show in this direction. When people tell you who they are, believe them. All right. He has a black nephew, but he played with that N-word though. Now, why would he play with that N-word? He has a black nephew.
Crawford don't want to fight us because he's up. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last fight. I seen his legs last. I seen his legs last.
That poor black nephew. What's he teaching them? Man, these just jokes, nephew. Don't play into it. These just jokes. So when someone calls you the N-word, I mean, ignore it. Laugh about it. It's funny. That's what he's teaching that little boy.
Address the fact that this guy came to America to give me bananas and watermelon with a note on it. It's unprofessional, and I feel like it's racist, and you just made this fight a little more personal. Take it a step further, Keyshawn.
It's kind of difficult to say this dude ain't racist. It's difficult. Danny Medina says, where that liquor at? Did you miss what I just said, young man? Main biker in that super chat, he says, rumors are the slap straight in Teo's nose and teeth. Well, we'll see it. We'll see it. My thing is this, why are you playing with that word? Now, if I got on here every day and talked about avocados and rice and beans and everything I said was surrounding something in reference to the Latino culture. Oh man, this guy got knocked out. He had the rice and beans knocked out the top of his head. And every other thing was a taco. Everything was something attached to it. Everything I said was something with a sombrero attached to it, rice and beans, or anything in reference to y'all culture. And then you say, Drew, why you do that? Every day you do that. I'm not racist. I used to have a Puerto Rican girlfriend. What does that mean? I work with a bunch of Puerto Ricans. What does that mean? I hired some Mexicans in front of Home Depot to help me move some furniture. What does that mean? Danny says Latinos don't take racism serious. I live in New York. I know that that's not true. I know that. And if y'all don't take it serious, that's insensitive to the people that do take it serious. But it's strange how black people are supposed to overlook every goddamn thing, but y'all don't do that to Jewish people because y'all know what comes with that. But let me not take the show in that direction. Let me get back on my topic here. Amazing. If I said SPIC about 50 times on this show, I'd get a strike. You live in California? Okay, well, in New York out here is different. I don't know what y'all got going on in Cali, but well, actually I do. I got friends out there. I got friends in the Bay. I got friends in Los Angeles. I got family, excuse me, in San Francisco in the Bay. And one cousin that lives in San Diego. So I do know what's going on out there. It's just that it's the same thing out here. Can I ask how old you are, Danny? Because there's also a generational gap where younger people don't see things how the older people see things, you know what I mean? So, you know, again, I don't want to take the show into that direction. You're 33, okay. I'm be 50 this year, so there's a gap between us. I see things a lot different. I say I see things for what it is. But there's certain things that the younger generation does that has become normalized. What Teofimo does, he's taking advantage of that thought process where how these cats talk, how they interact with one another is normalized. To me, it's not normal. You can't do certain things to me. You can't say certain things around me. I don't care if you're from New York or anything. It doesn't make a difference. I came up in a very diverse area in the Bronx. Asian friends, white friends. One of my buddies, we didn't find out till later, but we never went to his house. And we didn't understand, we had never been to your house. We knew your parents. We knew you had a grandfather. Never met him. He said, you know why? He said, why? He was from Germany, and he was on some Yick Heil shit. He agreed with everything that Adolf Hitler was about. He didn't like the fact that I had Asian friends, black friends, Latin friends. He didn't like it. So to keep y'all away from that, we took care of him, but to keep y'all away from that, we didn't bring y'all around him. He said, y'all didn't come to my house until we was in junior high school when he died. He was a racist, and there was no change in that. But I think that was his father's father. And his father wasn't on that type of time. But he's like, hey, man, what am I going to do? Leave in Germany? And we're like, hey, man, yeah. But whatever. He died, they moved on. That's a prime example of you, when you get older, you making choices. But again, I don't want to take the show in that direction. Black Boxer King, salute. You know what I mean? So, look. Boxing, please. Anthony, salute. This fight makes sense. And the matchup is something that we all would want to see. Jim, what up? Salute to Sacramento. A brawler with a swarming style. Can he get Teofimo in that triangle that Stormy B-Man talks about? Can he get him there? Can he? Subriel can be hit. Teofimo's a good puncher. I like this matchup. You want me to be a dick about things right now? All right, I'm going to fire this shot, right? They may as well go fight each other. You know why? Both of them done ducked Devin Haney already.
Whoa!
I'm not lying. Oh shit! Black Boxing Kings dropping locations. You went to 183. Boston Road. Yep. Oh shit. I went to 180. Yep. Bronx on deck. Sid Mark, salute. Texas, bro, 100%. 100%. The bottom line is he slapped him. They gotta fight, bro. They gotta fight. They absolutely gotta fight. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Both of these cats ducked Devin. Gerald, what up? You may as well fight. I'm not going to review. But y'all remember, if you know, you know, Bill pulled up on my show and he said, yo, man, we was looking for Subriel. What happened? Lost with real Baltimore in the building. Salute. Real Baltimore. Growing with soul, salute. Yep. Bill was like, hey, man, we want this smoke. And Team Matias, y'all know what they did, man. First they said, what? What are you talking about? He said, yo, oh, man, we don't work with Peter Khan. He's like, you don't work with Peter Khan. Then why did Peter Khan call me? All right, well, cool. That's over. Then they go to the Boxing Voice. Bill pulled up on the Boxing Voice. He's like, well, we doing this or what? He was like, oh, well, Subriel's hands are broken. And, yeah. He's like, okay, well, when he get better, let's get this fight on. 704 Joe, salute. And they said Bill would get back to you in 2 weeks. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember my countdowns? That was like January of 2024, wasn't that? I was like, well, what's going on? And I'm going to tell you what Teo did to Subriel. He said, nope, let's fight next. And goddamn, Subriel's hands was in cast. What you mean? He said, if you don't fight me by this date, we ain't fighting. I guess we ain't fighting. You know my hands are broken. Teo's not slick. He's not slick, man. He's not slick at all. Well, now, he just fought. You know what I mean? Teo got a belt. He got a belt. Come on, man. This should be on the undercard of Norman and Devin. And the winner of this gets the winner of Devin versus Norman. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? I like that. The winner of this gets the winner of Devin and Norman. I like that. Make sense? Boxing, please. But if Teofimo, hey, bro, y'all follow him on social media. What's he talking about? What's he saying? Okay, yeah, he ain't slapped me. He hit my hat. Okay, fine. He hit my glasses or my head movement's too good. He still couldn't hit me, even when he tried to snuff me. All right, good. You fighting him? You got to fight him. Because you know what? Real talk. I don't know what Teo's doing next. I don't know what he's doing next. But this right here makes all the sense in the world. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Man, if he don't take this fight next, man, I don't know how y'all root for God. Well, whatever, man. I'm going to keep it boxing. Yeah, Thomas, there's that. But I you know, Turkey is also on record saying he does what's best for business. And since this happened, Turkey could spin the block and say, you know what? I ain't gonna pay you 11 mil to fight him, but I will pay you to fight him. Outside of Subriel Matias, what's he doing next? What is he doing next? I mean, y'all tell me, what's he doing next? Because he just talking. Talking's not getting it for me. It's really not. $50 voice. You gotta do something, baby. You gotta do something. What's he finna do? If he don't fight Subriel Matias, what's he doing next? I'm past the where's he gonna make 11 million because now he's made it clear it's not about the money. And didn't he say he's not fighting Devin Haney because not that he can't bring something to contradict the style that Devin brings because magically Devin's a runner now. That's what y'all say, right? All right, fine, whatever. Y'all want to roll with that? Fine, roll with it. And even Oscar De La Hoya, oh yeah, don't fight Devin Haney. Nobody wants to be bored to death. Man, shut up. Do your lines, wear your wig, and shut up. All right, you're done. I didn't know ducking a fight for $11 million is justified because the fighter is boring. I've never heard of such a thing, but whatever. If that's what y'all want to roll with it. Fine. All right. Oh, nah, he didn't want to fight Keyshawn either. He didn't want to fight Keyshawn either. He ducked Keyshawn. Turkey put Keyshawn on a FaceTime with him. And his face looked like it did right here in this meme. No, I wanted boots at 47, Turkey. Because he knew he'd be drained. I don't want Keyshawn. Okay, I'll give you Devin for 11 million. I don't want that fight. He's boring. So what are you going to do now? So you run around calling people niggas, right? You're getting your hat slapped off. How do you support this guy? You don't know what he's doing next. He don't know what he's doing next. You high-fiving Ryan Garcia. What? But he got a black nephew. Everything about this dude is a living contradiction. Everything. He got a black nephew he ain't asked for, by the way. And his wife left him for a black dude. You can't explain this guy at all. He don't know what he's doing. So now you got Subriel Matias, who's giving you the best of both worlds. You said Puerto Rican fighters. Well, you know what? I'll just play it for you. I'll just play you what he said about Puerto Rican fighters.
Subriel Matias, no one knew about him until he started calling me out. He's the most softest fighter in the division. Why I say that? Because he's one-dimensional to the point where Puerto Ricans, man, I tear they butt up. Puerto Ricans are easy to beat, and I don't care if the Puerto Ricans feel some type.
Gordo, este es tan gordo.
Yo la semana pasada.
Tú no
Se puede hacer, Teo, se puede hacer, viejo.
When you gotta fight,
viejo.
Tú no puedes hacer ese peso. Tú hables, tú solo hables. Yo no tengo que... Mira, pero ya tú sabes.
Viejo, no podemos hacer nosotros. No podemos hacer nosotros. Sin todo. Juan Orlando quiere hablar contigo. Se puede hablar contigo después. Yo no sé, yo no voy a teléfono de nosotros somos fríos.
Oak Park Boxing, my OG. What up, brother? How you feel? This fight got to be next, man. You can go look at the rankings, 40, 47, wherever they want to have this fight. It seems like everybody that came out of 35, they're dancing between 40 and 47. Just make these fights, man. Oh, happy born day to my brother, Oak Park, man. Salute to you, good brother. Another trip around the universe. We here, baby. Yes, sir. Love you too, fam. Word is bond. We all we got. So what the hell does Teo do? And I saw, some chats yesterday. I was like, oh, nah, the slap missed. He hit his hat. And the point is he did it. Point is he did it, man. What's the excuse now if this fight doesn't happen? It is totally not Matias' fault. Now, the only way it'll be Matias' fault is if they say, hey, man, here's a contract, and Subriel says, all right, this ain't enough bread. Or, and if they leak out the amount, look, I don't like telling people what they're worth. I really don't even like talking about money. I really don't. But $11 million was perfect for Teofimo Lopez. 11 million was perfect. He didn't do it. If you're a Teo fan, you gotta hold this guy accountable, man. How do you not? What the? Really, man? You're supposed to take that, bro. But if you check his track record, he's been ducking Devin Haney for years. No exceptions. He's been ducking Devin Haney for years. Thomas says they're already trying to force Matias' next two fights. Dalton Smith and Buelo rematch. MXC, salute. Well, Very key in what you said in that statement. They said they're trying to force Matias his next 2 fights. Trying, which means nothing's etched in stone. So that's a good thing for this fight right here. I think this is a bigger fight. Because for some reason, Teo got this quiet fan base that wants to see him work. And the other fan base, like myself, that wants to see him get his ass kicked. Is Subriel the person to do it? I don't know. I'd like to see it, though. I think more eyes comes to this matchup than Dalton Smith or Puello. I think a Puello rematch is going to look like the first match. Puello is an outstanding boxer, but he didn't have enough firepower to keep Matias off of him. And I thought Puello won that. I'm not mad at the outcome. I'm not saying robbery was one of those things. I think Puello won, but I'll understand if they give it to Subriel. And I wasn't mad. It's like, okay. Copper, you crazy. Yeah, man. This absolutely has to be next. This absolutely has to be next. All the writing is on the wall. You have storyline. You have a confrontation outside the ring. And I don't know. Now, you see, even Matias, if this don't happen next, even they got work lined up for Matias, a Puello rematch and Dalton Smith. We don't know what Teo's doing next. Teo could swoop in and say, nope, 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 nope. You got to give me this. I think Turkey would be like, all right, fine, give it to him. Because it's better for business. I like Puello, but ain't nobody checking for him. Dalton Smith, listen to the name. How many of y'all even know who that is? There you go. But everybody knows who Teofimo is. Because he's not famous, he's infamous. There's a difference, y'all. Hello. There's a difference. He ain't famous, he's infamous. How do you know him? Do you know him for being a racist or for getting the one-up on Vasily Lomachenko, which has been done already? Aaron Butler, salute. Think about what I just said. He's more known for his out-of-the-ring antics than he is for beating Lomachenko. That is a sad state of affairs. Yeah, Queen. Yeah, Queen. I'm going to tell you something, too. Dalton Smith could punch. And if I'm being greedy, and yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But if I'm being greedy, Dalton Smith could possibly beat Matias, and it'll offset everything. So if I'm being greedy, Teo could jump the line because you know why else? This is a unification bout. This is a unification bout. So that to me, that's what makes the most sense. Now, Dalton Smith, he'll get pissed off. He'll be like, man, come on. Come on, mate. It's business, man. Smith could offset this whole shit, and we'll forget about it. The man can punch. Kamara, what up? The man can punch. What do I know? I'd be lying to you if I just said, hey, listen, I'm just going to keep it a buck, man. I want to see Teo get his head knocked off. Period. Is Subriel the guy to do it? I don't know. I hope he does, but I don't know. Forget that slap. I would have laughed if he threw a punch and knocked his eye in another direction. But then, you know, he'd be in jail and everything else. I know that. But I'm just saying, in the perfect world, I mean, y'all go to work with people that y'all would really, y'all probably saying right now, hey, man, this MF right here, if I could get away with it, I totally would do it. I don't like this MF right here. But, you know, we're civil. We're civil, right? You understand? We're civil. But those thoughts always, come on, man. You ever been on that train and that dude on the train just acting out like, boy, you can definitely go on those tracks. But I'm civil. I'm civil. Sometimes it's painful. I do not like Teofimo Lopez at all. At all. But if we're talking boxing, fine. This is what makes it an intriguing matchup. I didn't like Sergey Kovalev. No, I don't like him. He's a racist. But at one point, he was the best light heavyweight in the world, and I hated that. My sister, Sugar Free Mars, in the building. Go subscribe to my queen right there. Salute. Yeah, Thomas, that step aside money, bro. They promise. I wonder if that's, is that in contract though? But if he's next up for that belt, they're gonna have to pay him for step aside money. I hate this business. You see, this is why, you know, if Turkey like really gets his way like how he wants it, he wants to get rid of the sanctioning bodies. Like he want to be dealing with boxing over here where he's paying the fighters to have the best fights, where he's creating those belts. And one of the major selling points is, hey, I'm giving you this solid gold belt that's already worth $2 million, and you ain't got to pay no sanctioning fees on it. How about that? And guess what? You'll never lose it. It's just a gift. Man, listen. This dude, Turkey's the cheat code, bro. And that's why fighters are running. Y'all better run over there and get your money, because I don't know how long he's going to be doing this. I don't think it's going to be forever, but get your bread. Get your bread. Right? And that's it. Get your money. And when the well is dry, and when I say dry, you know, he ain't going to bankrupt. He'll just be like, well, I don't want to do it no more. He'll just get out. Andrew Gray in the building. Salute. Yeah, Thomas, they got all of these champions. And that's why I asked last night, were these guys paying fees on a silver and a regular? It's stupid. Why are they paying sanctioning fees for those belts? They're not even real. I ain't got time to educate, man. Those belts aren't shit, man. What the hell is a silver champion? Stupid. Yeah, I agree. Anton Russell versus Teo is a big fight, but you know, Teo don't even say that man's name. Kamara said the Starbucks champion. Man, if you look at the landscape, I mean, Subriel, he got work lined up. As a Teofimo fan, aren't you asking yourself, all right, Teo, what are you doing next? Because you're rooting for this guy. You're supporting this guy. I'm really not concerned about your reasons for supporting him. Y'all know why I hate, and hate is a strong word. Y'all know why I hate this dude. Fine. If you support him for the reasons why I hate him, that's on you. But if you keep it in boxing, how do you support him in boxing? How? Please explain. Boxing wise. Okay, what is he doing next? Please tell me. Yeah, Gerald. Yeah. We've been saying that before Gervonta even could walk, literally. James Toney told us WBC means we be crooks. Snacks, what up, Snacks? As a supporter of Teofimo Lopez, any of you, what do you want to see him do next? Two-part question. What do you want to see him do next? And why isn't he doing it? What do you want to see him do next? And why isn't he doing it? Y'all want to see him punch? Everybody wants to see Devin get punched in the face, right? All right, cool. That's great. Great. Why haven't your favorite fighter lined up to do it? Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez, though. Could have fought Devin at 35. Now he can fight him at 140. Could have fought him at 147. Cheer the field. Salute, Queen. Why hasn't he done it? The last duck was 11 mil. Queen says, 1, fight somebody. 2, because he's scared. That's it. That's why no Teofimo hard-body karate fan can justify this. Boxing aside. And you know what I'm going to say? I know what I'm going to say. Y'all know it's a new day when Punch Drunk had to get on here and tell y'all. That's just it, bro. And y'all know he's like friends with him for real. Like in real life. I seen it. He's friends with them in real life. But he kept it a stack with them. Look, man. Punch, he says, yo, I think you could beat Devin. Send him back to his dream. There was nothing but money and opportunity there, and Teo said no. And Punch Drunk said, if I can't keep it real with the ones that I love, then, you know, what am I doing here? Those weren't his exact words, but that's basically what he said. Do y'all agree or disagree with that? I listened to that. I said, man, you know, that's real shit. That's real shit. Let me tell you something, man. I question everybody when it comes to boxing. And if there's a fighter that I support and they do anything remotely close to this, I'd be a living, walking contradiction to not question it. Like, yo, man, your contemporary is right there. There's belts involved. There's Undisputed involved. There's unification involved. When he first ducked Devin, Undisputed was on the line, but he took that franchise shit from Judah. What up? He took that franchise shit from Lomachenko, which was mind-boggling because remember when the franchise status came out, it wasn't transferable. You couldn't lose it. Remember that? They just give it to you. Hey, you're the champion forever. It's like an award. But the stipulation was you couldn't be the franchise status. You couldn't have the franchise status and be the real champion. So Lomachenko let it go. We first saw the first one with Canelo Alvarez. Hey, man, it's time for you to fight Jamal Charlo. He says, no, it's not. Fuck you, man. And he told Mauricio Silly, man, we already went through this with triple D, triple G. We already went through this, man. Fuck you, man. You know, I throw your belt in the garbage, man. Do something. Oh, I have a new concept. Franchise champion. I still got to fight Jamal. No, you don't. Vacate the real belt with Ali's face on it and Marvin Hagler's face on it and Sugar Ray Leonard's face on it and Tommy Hearn's face on it. Get rid of that so you can take the franchise belt. I'm like, huh? What? BP, what up? I'm like, wait a minute, what? Dump that and take this so you don't have to fight Jamal Charlo. And I'm looking around like, there should be 1 million videos calling Canelo a coward. It didn't. He ducked Jamal Charlo, y'all. And I thought that was the last we saw that. I said, yo, he's going to get away with that. Look at that. That's crazy. And then the shit happened with Devin and Loma. I'm like, wow, y'all really don't give a shit, do you? Y'all really don't give a shit. And then gets in the ring with Lopez, and Loma don't throw a punch for like 6 rounds. Dug a hole for himself, couldn't get out of it. Teo wins, and then he's running around with the green belt. I said, why they give him that green belt? That's a franchise status. What's happening here? And then they start saying he's undisputed. I said, he's not undisputed because Devin got the real belt. Oh, he's the email champion. Wait a minute. Who the fuck sent him the email? Because Loma was supposed to fight Devin. And Loma said, let me get one of those franchise champions. Now, here's the discrepancy. Loma said, Mauricio offered it to me. Mauricio said, hell no. The rules state you have to ask for it. You have to petition for it, and we vote on it, yes or no. We voted yes, we gave it to him. So my stance is this. Loma, if he offered it to you, you still said yes instead of fighting Devin. You still said yes. Mauricio, if you offered it to him, you knew he was supposed to fight Devin. You knew. So either way, y'all both guilty by association. I'm not hearing none of that. I'm not hearing none of it. Devin was there. He was supposed to fight. Of course, Danny, of course he didn't fight anyone for the belt. My point is, Devin wanted to fight everyone for the belts. That's my point. Prince, what up? That's my point. But Devin got crucified for like sitting in the house and checking his email and saying, hey, congratulations, you're a champion. Huh? Who? What? Wait, I want to fight Loma for that. Nope. So crucify Devin, but say nothing to Lomachenko and the WBC. And then he fucked around and lost to Teofimo. And I'm like, well, okay, he's still a franchise champion. No, they gave it to Teo. And then, when I'm trying to figure out, wait a minute, now it's transferable, they changed the rules right in front of our face. The franchise status was not transferable. I specifically remember that. Then they gave it to Teo. Then Teo started saying, hey, I'm undisputed. I'm like, no, that's bullshit. Devin Haney's a real champion. Oh, well, Lomachenko was the champion. No, he was. But you weren't next up. You were not next up. Devin was. The only reason why you got that fight was because Loma had to go through Devin. And rather than go through Devin, he accepted this mythical status, and then he fought you. Yeah, Clarence, Steve Espinoza told us. I asked him, what happened to the franchise status? He said, well, it's gone. I heard they're getting rid of it. I said, well, the franchise status is why we didn't get Devin versus Loma at first and why we didn't get Canelo versus Jamal. It was invented just enough to debunk everything because they see more value in other fighters. You want me to prove it? Shout out to Cameron Duncan. Teofimo was in on it. The WBO and the WBC was trying to lay groundwork to put Teofimo in a driver's seat so he could fight less fights and move forward and potentially become undisputed. Want to know how I know? Y'all remember what he said in 2018? Don't worry, I'll just play it for you.
Hey, Devin Haney made a comment, trying to make whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Devin, you don't know. The WBC is not going to have you, even if you do the competition, they're not going to have you fight for the title. You can get mad at everything. I'm fighting for the title after this fight, for the IBF. And then after that, me and Loma for all four. And where are you? You're not going to get a shot, bro. And you don't know that, but we do. And that's what we did. I'm not going to fight more fights. So it is what it is, man. Talk what you got to talk, my dude. But at the end of the day, you're not becoming a world champion at 135.
Well, that aged well. Not only did Devin become a champion at 135, he became undisputed champion at 135. Devin was running around looking for all the smoke. This guy just said, I'm gonna fight, let's fight. That's what he said. He said, you don't know that. We do. Who's we? He fought on ESPN, top rank WBO. He was representing what? WBC. So they were in cahoots. Have a good day, Speed Demon. Yes, sir. Be blessed. Be blessed. And then, when all of that failed, when Teo didn't get his way, because all he had to do was beat George Kambosos. He didn't do that. When they asked him what was going on with the landscape and his opinion on it, this is what he said.
Yo, Teo, can we just get a Haiti Kambosos? Who do you think wins that fight, bro?
Oh, fuck. No, it's a made fight for Haney. Yeah.
In what way? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, the whole shit was a scheme, bro. They had the zone. I was on the zone platform. They gave it to Kambosos because they know what I was gonna do with it. They knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna drop him. Then it's a longer process for Devin to become quote unquote undisputed. It's all a game, man. They pay that shit.
Isn't it gonna be tough to win in Australia though? Like if it's a setup, isn't it when they set it up in America, not Australia? Where why is
Everything's already made. It's everything. I had to see that for myself. So they already knew who won before they even fucking announced it. See the tapes.
Hey, Tio, what advice would you give Dev though on what he's got to do in the ring with Kambosos?
Fuck Buffalo.
Well, there it is. Now that he lost, he dropped the ball against George Kambosos. Everything is a setup, right? No, the setup was on your end. Damn right, Alexis, he talks too much. He wasn't supposed to say that in 2018 out loud. He wasn't supposed to say that. Because when he said it in 2018, I'm listening to him like, what the, wait a minute. What? What's he doing talking? What did he mean by that? Because if you don't know, I used to fuck with Teofimo Lopez. Then I started watching how he moves. And I'm like, wait, whoa, what are you doing, man? I was like, wait a minute, what? What you talking about? What do you mean? Wait. A longer process for Devin Haney. And then when all of that failed, now it's a setup in Devin Haney. And that's where the collapse happened. ESPN sees more value in black fighters, and you can have your black fighters. And then that's where the racist collapse happened. That's when he started talking crazy. And that's why I abandoned ship on supporting him. So I justify me not supporting this racist clown by way of his actions and how he conducts his business. I don't support him in his personal life, and I don't support him boxing-wise. And this last thing with this 11 milli, that's it. Over with. If you support this guy, you can't, that's your business, but you can't make anything make sense. So now we're looking at Subriel Matias and this stuff. What'd you do that for? What'd you do all of this for? Call Turkey back. Hey, man, this dude went upside my head. Give Dalton some step aside, and this is unification fight. Throw us on the undercard with Devin and Brian Norman. I want this in blood. How come none of his fans are saying, get it in blood, get it in blood? Okay, good. You didn't call the police because, you know, Devin Haney's this big old snitch or whatever happened. But I don't know. Last time when someone commits a crime on you, you're supposed to call the goddamn police. Devin didn't call the police. As a matter of fact, Devin didn't catch him doing anything. The fucking commissions caught him doing everything. The commissions caught him and brought it to everyone's attention. And Devin behaved accordingly. Get it back in blood. Get it back in blood. Ryan Garcia said no rematch. He said that. So what's all this talk about snitching and getting it back in blood? Well, what about now? Ryan still lost. All right, cool. We can still run it. I ran in the fight, right? I ain't gonna touch the whole fight, right? Cool. Ryan, you touched me last time. Pause. We'll get in the ring and do it again. Now this motherfucker got broken hands. And he says, I'll see you next year. What? These are the guys you support? And now Teofimo gonna slap it. He had his beak slapped. And he's quiet today? Nah, bro, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. Rico Savo in the building. You gotta do something, bro. You gotta do something. If Teofimo does not fight Subriel Matias next, he's Buddhist-y. You should have seen the size of this bug that just tried to fly in my window. I swear to God, if my window was open, you would hear this thing looked like a face hugger from Aliens. It was a lobster with wings, God damn it. Nope. Y'all ain't hear that? It hit my window. It was like tap. I said, what the hell? No. That thing's outside. You know what? I think I'm gonna stay in the house today. No. One of those things from The Mist. Y'all remember The Mist? The Mist. It's outside right now. No, sir. We don't play those games. I don't do bugs. I'm cool on that. No. I thought someone threw something in my window. I said, what the hell? Tried to get in here twice. Bang, bang. I'm like, yo. When an insect chased the pigeons off your balcony, you got beef. By the way, what nasty motherfucker looked at a lobster and said, hey, man, that might taste good with some butter? Ain't nothing but a sea roach. But I digress. Word up, secret of the ooze looking ass. I'm good. Shit's flying around. I don't even know what the hell that was. Starship Troopers in this motherfucker. I'm looking in the park right now. There's a dude. He got some woman out there and she's hitting the pads. Get it, ma. Get it, ma. That's right. He's showing her how to throw a right hand right now. I like to see that. Get that cardio in. She's moving too. I like that. That's right. Make it happen. Everybody do some exercise today, man. I'm bringing the 30 for 30 back, man. Well, I never stop, but, you know, start recording it again. No, I don't do seafood. Like, no, all that shellfish, those are insects. Those are bottom feeders. They're on the ocean floor all day. Shrimp, lobster, crabs. And I know a lot of y'all like it. Y'all go crabbing. Look, okay, just not me. I made that distinction when I was real little. I'm looking at a shrimp and I'm like, you're like a roach. You ever zoomed in on a roach's leg? Let's pull it up on Google and then look at a lobster's leg. It's the same thing. I'm good. Nope. I told y'all to, you know what? I ain't got time because I got to go. I ain't got time. I told y'all the tilapia story. I know I did, but God damn it, it bears repeating. I'm just not going to do it now, man. Be on the lookout for, I have a Patreon and I'm going to let y'all listen to what I listen to in the gym on specific days. The first day is chest and triceps. I got 20 tracks, 20 of the main tracks. It's more, but 20 of the main tracks that I listen to when I work out. The first installment will be chest triceps. And I will be doing that. I'll be launching that video probably tonight or tomorrow. Go subscribe to my Patreon. Much love, man. Abdullah says Chinese tilapia. Bro, I got a story about that. It's the funniest goddamn thing. But Jesus Christ, man. But I gotta go, y'all. I got shit to do today, man. Salute to y'all, man. Teofimo, you know, y'all know I hate the kid, but if we're talking about boxing, this is an exciting fight. He could possibly win this fight because he got better feet than Subriel. But what the real OG Mr. Mont said was that, has he ever dealt with a guy that won't stop coming? Pause. Get your mind out of the gutter, Miguel.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
You gotta. This is what you want in boxing: someone that doesn't stop moving forward against someone who has to box. I didn't say run. He has to box. Now watch this. You know how he's gonna have to fight Subriel? You might never know. He might have to fight Subriel like how Devin fought Ramirez. Uh-oh. But if he does, how many people are gonna say he ran? I won't. I'll say, hey man, goddamn, he had to box him, because you know what happens if he puts him in that triangle. Matthias is mad bigger than him, bro. So he's gonna have to keep him off, man. I think that he has enough power to keep him honest, but you never know. Oh, yeah, Thomas. Yeah, that. We gonna see. I want this fight next. Y'all go follow me on TikTok. I'm on TikTok now under the same name, Drew Titan LLC. Y'all go ahead and follow me on TikTok. Y'all go subscribe to my Patreon. I take the gloves off over there. I can play the music I want. I can cuss. I can yell. No, she didn't go in the bathroom knowing I gotta go in there. Oh, God. Women. Unbelievable. Man, salute to y'all. General should be up next. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.